Hello everyone, welcome back for more Project Zero Maiden of Blackwater. Last time we actually finished the second warp, which was actually a very intense finish. With Future, Himimu did kill herself at the end. However, we're going to use going to play the third warp now. Which when you search for information, I don't know how which information we need to search for, but we will see about that. I'm going to confirm that. We're going to play it on easy, because last time out I already ran the film at the only at the second warp, so. And it was on easy, so there's no way I'm going to play this on normal. When I urge you the auto who sent Soko to find the photographs takes a closer look at the album. One voice catches his eye and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with the camera obscura and who his assistant. Oh, and who his assistant, I guess there's not more. Okay, we can pick how many we want from everything. 15 hulpmiddels in tin secret van tin purifying embers. Those cost a lot. Film. We start off at 16. Every one more is too. Oh, we're not going to do that then. It goes quickly. Well, it's very useful, but just going to use let it at default. But at least we have everything back. When Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. It receives an album of bottom photographs located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. Eager to tell further on the puzzling mystery, Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, bringing along his assistant Rui Kashimiya. So we're not alone. That's actually already good news that we're not alone. At least I don't think we're all alone. And I'm expecting a cutscene right here.
She's beautiful, but she looks sad too. Yeah. Isn't she the type of woman that you get nervous around?
Yeah. There may be more of the stuff out there.
Shall I call her Soko?
No, let's go there ourselves. Quicker that way.
At this hour?
Won't take long.
So then, shouldn't you take the camera obscura? You haven't used it yet. This could be your chance. People say there's something off about that place.
Okay.
My camera obscure is on the desk, so send it back after approaching it for me. It should take that shadow reading board with me too, it may come in handy. You is always complaining about me leaving things on the sofa. Take the report and the camera obscure. Well, I know where the camera is, so... There's an antique looking camera on the desk. Yeah, the camera is obscure. Wendy's were obscure. This for myself. You got the mesh showcase. This picture is held overlooked on enemy. There's an unfinished manuscript on the desk. It doesn't yet have a title. I need more materials to solidify the theme. Maybe a portrait. Okay, I don't know what that word means. I'm just going to skip that. The act of photographing their body was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. It actually was. The bodies of several deceased memory members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar costume made its way to Japan as well. Known as postmodern photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I have been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph which I found to contain a certain beauty lacking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, is surely gave postmodern photographs special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then postmodern photos would simply have taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. Okay, next. Isoka's letter is a reply to the appraisal request for this camera obscure. It urges caution in using it. More reading, well good. To and Hojo. The camera you left me to look at is this find known as a camera obscura. Its purpose is to capture image of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredible rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiquities market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I ever seen with compact lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumors hold that to own a camera obscura to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived the many owners. Some, I don't know what that word means as well, so to seek, some dudes to seek them out, it's probably not right, but the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortune must add an impact on the value as antiques. Well, maybe that it was right that word, but does not really matter, because we got what they're writing, so what Isoka's writing. My camera obscura was left to a local family after his previous owner passed away. The creator gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Isoka Kurosawa. PS, the cover on your camera obscura is broken, but it seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while. If you don't mind, I am happy to compensate. Please think it over. I have the shadow report on the sofa. I should take it just in case. And the notes have been updated. Alright, I see already where we need to go. Not that we can go many places. We can't even check things, so. The Maiden Slayer. I came across this book while researching Mount Hakimi. I don't think the story has anything to do with what is going on now, but you never know. The Maiden Slayer. More reading. Lots of reading in this episode, guys. The maiden slayer, Mauta Kimi, has long been steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghosts. Referred as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with a maiden and came to a mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Anyways, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Several days later he returned with a torch and blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed wet with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpse of the maidens all the way down the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each of the shrine maidens had been gouged out. Well, that is nasty looking. I'm glad we didn't see that. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with this of this victim. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghost of shrine maidens still dwells in those bloody waters, having appeared on the mountain ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their death. They follow the woman into the water and drown themselves. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show that the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and all rituals and rites ceased to be performed from that day on. This looks like part of Yuri Shornor. It must have been gotten mixed in while they're tiding. I feel bad reading it, but we're going to do it anyway, because this is the reading episode. Mr. Hoja can clean up after himself. For someone who lives alone for so long, he's incapable of housework. He can cook and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. Usually ends up asking Mr. Kuwasua for help. One time when I was trying to sort all his books, there was one I couldn't find anything. It's like it just disappeared. Mr. Kuwasua found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own, then came back out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? That reminds me of that one time. I was tidying up and I came across something I never seen before. It was like Mr. Kuwasua said the invisible came visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again. Well, that is possible, maybe. I left the share reading pot on the sofa. I should take it with me just in case. Oh, we don't have that. Still don't have that. Something behind me? Nope. Oh, here it is. Take. It may have seemed some information that I could use. Who knows when I might need it. This looks like a report written by Yuri. It seems to be about the photo album. Found item report. Client Van Hoja. Report by Yuri Kusukatu. Verified by Hisoko Hikosawa. Details of request. Find items pertaining to postmodern photograph Mount Hakimi. Obtain them if possible. Perform shadow reading using a postmodern photograph found on Mount Hakimi as a token. Located album of postmodern photographs in Ichuri Manor. Took custody of the objects.